friends. Happy Thursday. Happy live stream. This is the new time. I am Julie, and this is the Frugal Family. So, angle, but yeah, I want to show all my husband's biking clothes that are over there. I am in my bedroom because where it's so much later in the day than we normally do, it just makes more sense to do it here. All the kids are home. They're doing whatever they're doing upstairs. They've promised to be as good as they can for as long as they can while I do this. Hi, Rebecca, Viva, Alfie, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. So yeah, this is going to be our new live stream time. Rita, Laura, Belinda, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is, where you are and when you're watching this. But yes, for the rest of the summer at least, hi Doree, this is when, Lori, welcome, Alfie, that sounds fun. For the rest of the summer, this is going to be the time that we're doing our live stream. Alyssa and Tammy, Claudette and Laura, let's see. Claudette, I am really, really well. I am really well. Hi, Bonnie. So this is going to be our new time because where it is, hi, Suzette from Tennessee, where it is so hot here in Utah and where we are just in this heat wave that just won't quit. Hi, Phyllis. If I want to get anything done, Michelle from the UK, welcome. I have to do it early. And then I'm also, hi, Elizabeth, very busy in my stock market endeavor. And that, of course, runs, through the morning and into the early afternoon. And I need to be able to jump onto that to stay on top of it at any moment, at any time. And so, hi, Shatika, welcome. So because of all that, all these details of just my life, having a real live life. Hello, Lorena from Orange County and Pope Games. Welcome. Because of all that, this is now our new live stream time. Thursdays, 3:00 my time here in Utah. And it's at least through the summer. Hello, Valentina. I have a cousin named Valentina. I love that name. Bienvenidos. Welcome. So anyway, that's the plan. That's what we're going to stick with for the foreseeable future, but definitely for the rest of the summer. Okay? Okay. Hi, Alan, or rather Joanne Van Hook. Welcome. Michelle, the family is wonderful. Everyone is doing so well right now. Hi, Jennifer from Orange County and Rebecca from Salisbury. Pope Games? No, I do not. When I find candles, I share them first with family, friends, and neighbors, and then keep what I can use for myself. Alfie, I'm wonderful, my love. Thank you so much for being here. It's so nice to have you here. And Rachel, I'm so glad you could make it. Yeah, this will be our new time for a while. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, the family's all doing great. They're all doing really, really well. And Olivia's doing great with, rehabbing her foot. And she's having an awesome time in summer school. And that's all going really well. The younger two, busy. They never a dull moment. There's always something to do. So they're just, play dates with friends and lots of fun and stuff here, and then of course chores and whatever. Good times. James is at work. When he's not at work, he's here at home with us or off on a bike riding or running adventure or swimming. He is training for a triathlon, so lots going on there. And if he's going to be swimming across like a lake or a pond, he'll have either myself or the kids in a kayak riding alongside him. So that's some fun stuff that we've been up to. So let's talk about what else is going on. So we are obviously still diving at the public schools. I want to know, are you guys liking that? Is that fun for you, seeing that? It has definitely been good for us to get a break from the retail diving. I don't know how many of you know this, especially if you're newer, which welcome to all of our new friends that got us up to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. That was a goal that I really never thought we would actually achieve, and yet we did. So thank you so much. So you may not know, but when we do retail dumpster diving, we like to do it in 1 or 2 days tops, and just do one long route. And it usually is about 90 miles round trip doing the retail diving. Whether we find anything or don't, thank you, Patreon friends who put gas in the dumpster diving van to make it all possible. But anyway, 90 miles round trip with no guarantee that we'll find anything. And there's never a guarantee that you'll find anything when you're dumpster diving, no matter where you're doing it or when you're doing it. No guarantee, of course, but distance and time and gas and all of that, those are definitely factors, and they become even more important if you don't find anything. So especially if you're like me and YouTube is your job, and so you need to have content and you don't want to just do a video of empty bin after empty bin, it can get very trying. And plus it takes more time and wear and tear on the car that's doing its best to keep going. So for me, it's been really nice to have a break from retail, and especially with some of the stuff that was happening, the last couple times with them purposely destroying things and being rather petty and vindictive, and me taking it all personally, whether I should or shouldn't have. It was definitely starting to get to me. Some of you may recall that. So taking a break from that and doing the public school dumpster diving, it has been a wonderful break. Plus, we're going from driving like 90 miles round trip to driving maybe 30 miles round trip. And almost always, hi Alberta, hi Simply Selena, welcome. Sorry, this wasn't refreshing. Hi Miss T, and there's Crystal at Diving with R5. So it's definitely been a good break for me, and I get more of my Sunday to be with the family, So yeah, please tell me, are you liking it? Are you enjoying it? Because we will be doing this. Hi, Rebecca. There's Amy Goodrich. We will be continuing throughout the summer with the public school dumpster diving. But I'm wondering if we want to see maybe here or there a retail dive, just to, be changing it up and to make sure that we're getting some of that stuff too, in case hi Belinda, in case no other divers are getting those retail hauls in the area. Maybe we'll take a break here and there and do some of that. Oh, Alan, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. Hi, Christina. So we'll see. Okay, we will see. But if you're interested, and if you guys would like to see a retail dive kind of mixed in with our summer of public school diving, let me know. Okay, let me know. I'm not likely to make that effort unless enough of you really want that and are excited for that, because it is an effort. Okay, it is definitely an effort. What else? Oh, one of you asked about like curb picking and stuff like that. Michelle, I go to so many different towns. I don't mention what towns I'm in because for privacy, for safety, and to still be able to have stuff to find, because I used to give some of that kind of information. Thank you, Mad Cat Crafter. I used to give some of that information, and then people started following us and looking for us in the mornings, and that was terrifying. I'm sure no one had any ill intent, but that was terrifying. And then there was nothing left in the bins because where we had put years of effort into finding the right time, the right place. Hi, Miss Marley. Other people were poaching. That's really the only way to say it, because of the info I was giving, and there was nothing left for us to find. So we don't give out towns anymore or times or any of that. But like I was saying, when we do retail, it's like 90 miles round trip. So lots of other towns, other counties, other cities. Hi, Jessica. So, and then with public schools, yeah, depending on how much we find in one town or another, then we'll go and try another one. And just to keep it interesting and to change it up, yeah, we're checking out different ones every time. Yeah. Also, curb picking and street picking. We do, thank you, Amy. We have been doing a little bit of that, and there will be some of that throughout the summer. I've mentioned before that here in Utah, it's different than places like where Scrap and Pallet or Taco Stacks, different than places where people, it's kind of a trend, a tradition. Oops, sorry, that was the phone ringing. It's definitely different. Here, let me see if I can turn off the sound while I have this on. Oh, that'll still have a buzzer on it though. Hold on. There we go. In other places, other areas, it's common and it's normal for people to put out piles of stuff with their trash, and their trash people will pick it up. They don't do that here. They don't do that here. That's not the way that it goes. It's so much more rare to find things with people's garbage, because the garbage man won't pick it up. If you have like a whole pile of stuff, they will not pick it up. There's a metal arm on the garbage truck, and it picks up the garbage can, your city allotted garbage can that you pay for every month, and it dumps that. If there's anything else there, it doesn't touch it. If stuff falls out of your garbage, they don't touch that either. That's just the way it is here, for better or worse. So the opportunities for curb picking are definitely not as prevalent as, like, I see Taco Stacks or Scrap and Pallet. It's just not. Okay. Bye, Alan. Have a beautiful evening. And enjoy your dinner. But when it's possible, when I keep my eye out, especially on garbage day or, right after yard sales and stuff. So like on Sundays and things like that, I do keep my eye out for yard sale leftovers or things in people's garbages. And I have done a couple of those recently. So it's just one of those, I'm open to it, but if it doesn't present itself, then it doesn't present itself. And with as expensive as gas is right now and how hot it is right now, I can't just drive up and down every street in town to see if anyone happens to be leaving anything out, So when it's there, I will grab it, and excuse me. And it is fun to do that. It is. I do enjoy that very much. Yes. Hey, if I can get stuff from just the side of the road rather than having to climb into a dumpster, I'm all over that. Absolutely. So other things, we are still in the midst of a heat wave and breaking records, breaking all kinds of records. We are also going through an extreme, record-breaking extreme drought, and that is definitely affecting kind of our lives. Yeah, very much so. And then, of course, it's wildfire season early this year. Luckily, the past day or so, the current fires seem to have been getting contained, and maybe the winds have changed or whatever, but we are not getting as much of the smoke here, which is really nice, and knock on wood that, it'll stay that way. It won't forever, but while it is, we are definitely going to be trying to get more done, whether in the garden or out diving and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. It's any DIY videos coming out, Michelle asks. What exactly are you looking for? Because we do our update videos where we show some of and I have one I'm working on right now that I'm recording clips for. Hi, Feathercatcher. Day in and day out as the kids are doing different projects and we're repairing things or using things. And that video will be coming out either this weekend or midweek next week. But as far as crafting or what specifically are you interested in seeing? I'm open to some ideas and suggestions. It is difficult to keep coming up with stuff. I mean, there's always the dumpster diving that is, of course, the main draw here, and then on our vlog channel there's the gardening that always needs doing. But if it's something more specific, you gotta let me know. Hi, Samuel, welcome. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, guys, I had so many of you mention that about my breathing and everything being out in the smoke. I am severely asthmatic. That runs in my family, and it's something I've dealt with my whole life. And being out in the smoke and the extra exertion and the heat, I will sound terrible. Even if it's not super smoky, but it's hot and I'm working hard, it's going to sound bad, but I won't go beyond what I can do. So, I don't know. Which even saying that, I'm like, wait a minute, Julie, there's so many times you've gone beyond what you should have been doing. I'm gonna do my best to be careful. Okay, I'm gonna. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Jessica. I'm doing my best to be careful and to be responsible. And once I get started out there, I just want to get in there. The adrenaline's pumping, and I don't realize that. Oh, holy cow! I'm out of breath, and I'm dying here. And then, of course, as soon as I stop, that I'm like, oh, geez. So I'm gonna do my best. One thing we are gonna do is get out earlier on the days that we go. Try to get out, at 0 in the morning, if at all possible. Going at night doesn't help at all because the ground holds in the heat and doesn't and I've been actually watching this on our weather forecasts and postcasts. It doesn't start releasing the heat till 2 in the morning. And I'm not going diving at 2 in the morning. That's not happening. So even going at night won't help. It'll still be hot. It'll just be dark and hot. So, and scarier. So going early or earlier is really the only way. It's the only way. Yeah. It does help that the smoke has let up, but I'm still dealing with the effects of it. And there will be more fires. That's we've kind of just excuse me. We've kind of just accepted, unfortunately, that that's the situation here, and especially where we are in such a drought and people are still doing stupid things. Why don't people learn? What does it take? Do I dare even ask? What does it take for people to learn that, happy early birthday, Phyllis. What does it take for people to learn? I don't know. Yeah, we've had whole mountains completely burned down. Just burned down. Homes galore. Horses, cows, deer, all of that. And they've had to go and clean up the bodies and stuff. Literally. And still, people want to announce the gender of their baby, or they want to, I don't know, go camping and have a fire in an undesignated place and then not make sure it's all the way out. I don't understand. I don't get it. They just, I guess until it burns your own house down, then you, except I get it. And I haven't, been the victim of a fire myself. So I don't know. I think we've just come to accept that, that's just the way it is. There's going to be fires, and kind of removed the responsibility from ourselves or something. Carly, I 100% agree. And I am so glad, and no offense to anyone that puts stuff in a balloon and bursts it to see what baby you're having. That's fine. Do that. But I'm so glad that I had my kids before all the gender reveal stuff. I'm so glad. Because knowing me, who knows what kind of nonsense I would have gotten into. I take everything to the extreme. Speaking of extremes, I made a promise, and I am going to follow through on it this coming week, if not this weekend, but definitely this coming week. I promised that when we reached 20,000 subscribers, that I would get my skydiving videos converted to digital, so that I could show you guys those and we could have some fun with that. So I have found 2 different places, and one closer and one not as close. And I want to look at their reviews, because once these videos are in their hands, I have no other copies. So it's kind of a little nerve-wracking, so I want to kind of check their reviews and see how other people's experiences went with having their, dinosaur tech converted before I hand over, my videos. But yeah, I will be doing that either this weekend or this coming week and getting those VHS videos converted to digital to celebrate you guys getting us to 20,000 subscribers. Yeah, you'll get to see me plummeting out of a perfectly good airplane twice. Yeah, super awesome stuff. I really want to do it again. Ideally this year, but we'll see if that's in the cards. I don't know. Michelle, good night, my darling. Pleasant dreams. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for joining us on this live stream, especially where it's so late where you are. So anyway, that is coming. So bear with me. Stay tuned. I am getting that done. That is a promise I absolutely intend to keep. Other things. So, excuse me. I don't know what it was that I ate that's like causing issues. Many of you asked if I saw that Disneyland is now letting out-of-staters in without masks. Yes. Yes. I was glued to that and the stock market all day on the 15th. And as soon as possible, I will be going back. But many of you know that the priority has been to get a new car. And we want to do that by the end of next month, which is July, because next month is when our hi Sakshi, welcome, thank you. Next month is when our car registration is due to be renewed, and so we have till July 31st. And so that has been the biggest goal. Oh, thank you, Amy. That's been the biggest goal, like financially. So Disney and stuff has been on hold. Which you know is hard. You guys know that's hard for me. But even hi Grammys O2, even I do prioritize and restrain myself. Yes, and even with Disney. So great news, exciting news. I was going to talk a little bit about this stock market adventure that I've been having, which is part of why we've had to push the live stream time back. But guys, great news. Great news. Thanks to the wheeling and dealing that I've been doing, I will have enough for a down payment on the car next month. As long as, okay, I need to be careful because, holy cow, we still have, what, like a month and a half that the whole world could implode. So, hold on. Barring any unforeseen new disasters or apocalypse or people falling off of a house or whatever, as long as nothing else goes wrong. Now I'm like, my heart is going 900 miles an hour and I'm like, holy shnikes, Julie, you shouldn't have even said anything. As long as nothing else goes wrong, as long as, good night, Doree, have a beautiful, beautiful sleep. As long as nothing goes wrong and nothing comes up, I have enough for a down payment now for the car next month. So by saving up and getting really lucky and really fortunate on the stock market stuff I've been doing, yes, there is enough right now to put a comfortable down payment on a car next month. Well, at the end of next month, which you know our family needs to do, has needed to do for some time. That poor van, we have put it through its paces. That car's almost 20 years old. I don't know if you guys know that, but it is. It's almost 20 years old. And it's paid off. It's been fully paid off for a long time. We haven't had it for 20 years, of course, but it's been loved by a lot of folks and our family too for quite some time. And the poor thing needs some rest, okay? There's just not much more. Hi, Diane. There's just not much more that thing can do without us putting more money into it than it's worth. And so we gotta do it. And especially so that we can feel safe going on the road trips and camping trips and things like that we want to do. What am I going to get? Either, these are two very different cars, either a Nissan Altima or a Jeep Cherokee thing. Most likely we'll go with the Jeep Cherokee depending on where my little nest egg is, where we've gotten by the end of July. Because the one costs significantly more than the other, but would be more conducive to camping, to road trips, and to dumpster diving. So what I really want is a Nissan Altima. That's what I want. But the more realistic investment that would make more practical sense, but is more expensive, mind you, would be the Jeep. Because we do love camping, we do love the outdoors, we love national parks, we love going out into the wilderness and things like that. So the Jeep would make more sense. And especially for dumpster diving, which will continue to be the source of content for YouTube, which is then, of course, the source of the monthly car payment for the next 5 years. Hopefully not quite 5 years. We'll see how it goes. There was an earthquake. Holy cow. In Indiana. I had not heard about it, but I send you all my best. I will look into that after our live stream and kind of see, what's the haps and stuff. Rhonda, I hope you're okay. I mean, you're here with us, so I'm going to assume that you're at least, well enough to be here with us. Let's see. Thank you for all the congratulations and everything. Yeah, it's been a lot of hard work and it's been up and down, and I've dream planned so many Disney trips. Hi, Eric and Connie. So many Disney trips. Of course I have, but not put any of them into place except Mariah's one-on-one trip in October. And then, of course, you guys knew that we were waiting to see if Olivia... Hi, Sarah. Oh, Shandy Pandy, welcome. And thank you so much for being a Patreon member. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. But you guys knew that we were waiting to see if Olivia was going to need surgery. And that would, of course, derail our car plans completely. But, oh my gosh, we got so lucky and so fortunate that... no, she's not going to have surgery. And in fact, her and I are going for a walk tomorrow to kind of start building up, her endurance again. And hi, Jerry or Gary from Southern Illinois. Welcome. So that put us back in motion for getting the car. And then on top of that, with the stock trading, there were a lot of bumps and definitely a huge learning curve this first month that I've been doing it. But it's starting to look good. Starting to look good. So yeah, we are definitely, like I said, as long as everything stays on this nice, boring course, yeah, we'll have a comfortable down payment for a new car, which will be so nice. Every time I drive the van. Okay, so let me tell you about the van. But first, let me tell you about the car that I grew up in so that I don't sound just super spoiled and ungrateful, because I never want to sound like that. The car that I grew up in, it was this a gray van, not a minivan, but a van. Hi, Diving with Duchess, welcome. The old school vans, okay, that now people associate with kidnappers and stuff. It was. So this old gray van, and when my parents bought it, it only had the front windows, the front driver and passenger windows. It didn't have any other windows. But as they were able to afford it, we grew up, huge family in Northern California. We did not have the funds to be doing crazy stuff, okay? So as they were able to afford it, they would add windows to it. But all they ended up being able to add were the back two windows and then back side windows, none of which opened. They provided views at least, which was good, but no airflow. Okay. And then of course there were the front driver and passenger windows, no windows in the middle, and none that would open except the front side ones. Well, I don't know if you know, but it gets hot. It gets hot in California. It gets hot here too. And the seats that were in it were a leather pleather, probably a pleather. Maybe, I don't know. They lasted a long time, so they might have been real leather. But anyway, you would wear shorts. Hi, Lightning. I am talking about cars, but not the most exciting ones right now. So you would wear shorts because you were so damn hot. You were so hot because there were no windows and it was hot. So then, of course, your skin would stick to the seats. And air conditioning? No, that didn't. No, there was no such thing in our lives. And we did go on road trips. I'm from Mendocino County, Carly, Mendocino County in California. So anyway, it was rough. And especially on long car trips, road trips, whether we were going to the ocean, which was only about 20 minutes away, the beach was only about 20 minutes away. But if we were coming to visit family in Utah or in Mexico, which was a freaking long drive, those were tough times. You wanted to get the front seat because otherwise you were just sweating to death, okay, in the back. But we lived. I lived. We also didn't have air conditioning in our house, no swamp cooler, none of that. We did, the last couple years that we lived there, we did get ceiling fans. But before that, you would have your window open and you would put like a wet towel under your neck and then sleep in your underwear with a sheet on. Okay? So I need all that context before I tell you what's wrong with this minivan that we have so that I don't sound totally entitled. Okay? Okay. So there's that. So the van now, it does have air conditioning, but if the car is idling, it doesn't work. So it'll still blow, but it blows hot, sour smelling air. So we had it recharged, like they recharge your whatever, your air conditioning thing, and it costs a fortune. Holy cow. If you've ever had to have your air conditioning recharged, get ready to like sell the family cow because yikes, it's expensive. We had that done a few years ago. And it's better than it was before we had it recharged, but still, if you are coolant, that might be it, Claudette, maybe. But it's not coolant because that's what goes in your radiator. It's something else. Your like Freon or some such. Anyway, but it's a lot of insane amount of money. So if you're idling, which can happen a lot, you get stuck in traffic, whatever, or you're even sitting at a stop sign or a stop light, the air stops. It keeps blowing air, but it's hot air and it stinks. Why? I don't know. When they recharged it, they couldn't figure out why there was like a sour smell that would come with it. I don't know. If you guys happen to have any ideas, hey, tell me. So you'll be sitting and it'll just blow hot, really sour smelling air at you. Which when it's like 106 degrees outside with zero humidity, it gets rough real fast. Real fast. Possibly mildew, Diane. Ours was more than double that, Diane, to fix ours. Hi, dumpster diving, Mo. So yeah, to us, a small fortune. If that's because of the kind of car that it is, it's a Toyota. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. But that's what it was with labor, of course. So anyway, so there's that. Then also, the emergency brake no longer works. Why? I don't know, but it doesn't work. So if we're gonna park anywhere at all, and we love mountains, we're surrounded by mountains, we like to be in those mountains, we got to be real careful because the parking brake, it don't work anymore. We did have to replace the transmission, yikes, and the radiator, and then some like thermometer thingies in there. We put a fortune into that. But we had our car burning up on us before, literally smoke coming out of the sides. And so we had to have those things replaced. The sensors are all shot. So modern cars run on sensors. Like everything, hi Laura, welcome. Everything is tied to a sensor of some kind. And when those sensors go out of whack, like it costs more than the car is worth to fix those sensors because it's all hi Halkanen. It's all computer, and I don't know what it is they have to do, like get an alien from space to come down and fix it. Lightning, okay, you're saying yes. Yeah, it is madness and nonsense to fix those sensors. And it's not worth what the car's worth. But to pass, like to get your registration done, because here in Utah, you do have to pass a safety check. And if you have sensors going off, unless you go to certain particular places that are a little more liberal and generous in their safety process, unless you go to those kind of places where a good wink and a hey, how's it going, will get it to pass. If you're not going to do that, then they won't pass it if there's sensors going off, because they don't know, because they're not driving it every day. They don't know that those sensors blink on and blink off and come on and come off and don't actually really mean anything anymore. They're not warning me of anything unless it's the gas light. That one still works. But the rest, they don't mean anything. It'll say, "Oh, your tires have no air. You're like driving on rims." No, the tires are perfectly fine. You'll go out and you'll test them and they're perfectly fine. But the light or the tire sensors are on. Then, and this is really fun, really spooky. Oh, Rachel, no, wait. This, I'm getting to the Frankenstein part. I've talked about this before, but the lights, the interior lights, they'll come on and off randomly, all on their own, whenever they want to. They'll just come on or they'll come off. And you'll need the lights on, but they'll turn off. Now, not the outside lights, luckily, because that would be really scary, although we've had some issues there, but we got that fixed. But the interior lights, they'll just like come on and off and do whatever they want. And if they do that while the car is sitting parked overnight, you might wake up to a dead battery. So we've had to turn off, completely like disengage all of the interior lights. So if you're driving at night, and you're getting in and out of the car, there's no lights. There's no lights. Because if we leave them on, we don't know what they're going to do. They are completely unpredictable. So there's that one. And then this one, this is really fun and goes kind of in the Frankenstein theme a little. The potential for dismemberment. Oh my God. Okay. So there's 2 sliding doors. And up until about a year ago, both of them worked. If you've seen like our past dumpster diving videos, you would see me getting stuff in and out, putting stuff in and out of both sides of the minivan, right? Well, now the one on the driver's side, it won't even open. The handle completely broke off of the outside and you can't open it from the inside. I don't know why. It just is what it is. So you can't use that one anymore. So it just sits there. Well, the one on the right, it has power. It's a power door. So you push a little button up here and it'll open and close. Sometimes it'll close all the way. Sometimes you have to help it. But here's the problem. And this is actually a problem with that year of van that a lot of people have dealt with. The sensor, all those sensors, is faulty. So how many times have I had to save myself or one of my children because the door, it didn't sense anybody there? I'm not joking. Like the kids and I both, all of us have gotten stuck and almost like crushed with the door of the van. No, yeah, Feathercatcher, you can't make this stuff up. This is... We've gotten so lucky that no one has been injured or seriously injured. There's been bruises, there's been a few scrapes and stuff, but usually we've been able to catch it in time and force that thing back to save to save whoever was in its way. So we've had to turn off to disengage the power to it. So now it's just a manual door, and sometimes takes a little bit of effort to shut it all the way. It is dangerous, Diane. It's absolutely dangerous. Yeah. So, why are we getting a new car? Safety, which really sucks. And I've almost gone back on it so many times because it is paid off, which is awesome. And I can wink and smile for at least a couple more years effectively with the, the car people and get them to pass it. Mama still got it, at least enough for that, but it's risky. It's risky. We're taking chances out there. And especially if we're like driving long distances or going up in the mountains or whatever, it's just, oh, and then also it doesn't have a back wiper anymore because most likely one of the teenagers in the area was bored of a school day and anyway, broke off the back wiper, and it costs a fortune to replace the back wiper. So during our rainstorms and winter period, we have not been able to clean the back window. You can turn the back heater thing on, but you can't actually wipe anything off. Oh, and there's more. Oh my God. Okay, there's more. One more, maybe two more. Oh, the things we've done with that. No, it's a Toyota, Jane. So that makes it way more surprising because Toyota is a very solid, reliable brand. But no, it's a Toyota, and it's been an adventure. Hi, Anita. Hi, Olivia. So another thing. So the back hatch that you'll see us use a lot, I used to have to hold that up with a broom, especially in winter. So it's a hydraulic lift for the back, and for whatever reason, not wiper blades, the entire apparatus, not just the blades, the whole thing, other than the little nub at the bottom, was broken off, the whole thing. So anyway, excuse me, geez, dang it. So for whatever reason, the back hatch, because of whatever was wrong with it, I don't remember what they had to do to fix it. That was another small fortune, but it wouldn't stay up, especially in winter. If it got cold, and it gets cold here, it just wouldn't stay up. And so there I'd be at the grocery store with a broom propping up the back of the van to put my groceries in and out. And heaven help you if the broom slipped. I can remember at least 3 times that the door just came bam and hit me in the back. But we did finally get that fixed because I was like, I have had it. I'm done. And yeah, we were so financially strapped and so tight, but I'm like, James, I don't care. We're fixing that. I've had it. And so we did fix that one. Similar to the reason that we now, hallelujah, have central air conditioning in our house. We only got it, just a couple years ago. And we've owned our house for 13 years. But the reason we finally got it, some of you will remember if you've been with us a long time, the reason we got it was because our swamp cooler caught on fire in front of me. Literal flames burst out of it. And after that, I was like, I don't care, James. I don't care what it costs. I don't care. We're doing it. And then, of course, come to find out, it actually was really reasonable. The initial installment was an arm and a leg. Hi, Renee. But then because our house is so small and because we've done so much insulating, as James has renovated, it's actually really, really cheap, relatively, to have the air conditioning going throughout the whole house, even on the hottest day. Oh, to have done it years and years and years ago. But alas, here we are now. Adventures. So many adventures. We're gonna get a new car before we have anything else, anything else happen. And I've almost gone back on that so many times. Because yes, Disneyland opened to out-of-state people, and bye Lulu, and you don't have to wear masks if you're fully vaccinated. But I made a commitment and I have to adult sometimes. And the magic will still be there. And I already get to experience and have experienced the magic so much more than I ever would have dreamed possible, and so much more than so many people get to or will ever get to. Hi, Lorita. Oh, I'm so glad you could make it. And so I have to keep that in mind. And we will be feeling the magic again. And even better, by the time we go, like Mariah and I are going to Disney World in October for Halloween time. And by the time we go, everything should be up and running again. All of the magic, all of the fireworks, the parades, the shows, the getting to hug your favorite character, that should all be up and running again by the time we go. There's Canadian girl Renee with a Canadian $1.49 piece of pie. I will take that piece of pie. Was it cherry pie? Is that what that was? It looks like cherry pie. I'm going to be harvesting cherries out in the backyard very soon. We're just waiting a couple days for this heat wave to just calm just a little bit. And then we'll get out there and harvest a bunch of the cherries. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Anyway, Diane, you're right. October is the best time. It will have cooled down. And then, of course, all the spooky fun is out. Now, I'm not saying that if magically the opportunity arises before October, that the chances there to go to Disneyland, I'm not saying I would say no. I'm just saying the car is the priority, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm being a grown-up, because sometimes you just have to be a grown-up. You just have to. And I am. Dang it. Anna, how are the wildfires? They suck. They suck. But luckily, it has improved. I don't know if it's because they've definitely gotten more containment, which is fantastic. We have the most amazing firefighters. We're so lucky. We have such just diehard, dedicated firefighters that put their lives on the line for this ridiculous population of people that... Oh, don't get me started on this ridiculous population of people. But anyway, so between their hard work and the winds changing, we're doing much better here at home. The smoke is not being held down in the valley. So it has definitely improved. It's still there, but not... hi, Dark Twin Flame. So good to see you here. But it's definitely not as bad as it was just a couple days ago. It has vastly improved. We're still finishing up this heat wave. It's still going to be hot. I mean, for the rest of the summer, it's going to be hot. But this massive heat wave is going to ease up in 2 days is what they forecast. And then it should be down to 99 Fahrenheit a day, which I can absolutely handle. So much better than 105, 102, whatever. Yeah. It's amazing how much difference 1 degree can make. It's amazing. Oh, thank you, Rose. I'm so glad you're here. So anyway, yeah, crazy stuff. What did I miss? Lorita, what the heck? After your procedure? That's messed up. Does your insurance, will they help you out with that? Or how's that going to work? I don't know, but now I'm worried. I don't know if you guys know, but Lorita, she has been with us for a long time. Long-time viewer, long-time Patreon member and supporter of the channel, long-time eBay supporter. Oh, my Lord in heaven. If you've been with me for a long time, I'm sorry, but I think about you and I wonder about you, and I don't obsess necessarily about you, but is that weird? It is a little weird because I've never met you in person, but I think about you and I wonder about you and I worry about you, and people whose names pop up that I haven't seen in ages, especially if they've been with us a long time. I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, there's so-and-so, they're still alive. Because let's be honest, I have no way to know if one of you passes on, if one of you gets seriously injured or whatever, I have no way to know. And that's kind of terrifying sometimes. I love all of this, except that part. Because you get like connected to people through all of this. Grammys, have fun making dinner. Renee, thanks for sharing your break with us. We get all connected and everything, but then what happens when that connection's gone? You know? And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Feathercatcher. Exactly. Yeah. And we have no way to find out what the heck. Yeah. It's scary. You get, to the ER. Oh, Loretta. Jesus. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes. I wish you the best. I hope it gets sorted out. Yeah, Diane, see? You've been with us forever. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to finish with a story. Oh, boy. Get ready. You guys know that I love horror and scary stuff. But I like it in movie form. I don't like actually being in legit scary or horrific situations. Well, we had one today. Those of you that are sticking around to the end of this, whether on the live stream or the rebroadcast, you get to hear the story. We had something happen today. I don't live in a ginormous, massive city or anything like that, but it's a good size growing town. But I've always been in the habit, unless the kids are outside playing, I have the doors locked during the day. I was raised that way, and it's what I do now. Well, one of the kids had been playing outside, and then they came in, and they're not in the habit of locking the doors. Because they come and go. That's kids. They're coming and going, friends and this and whatever, right? So they didn't lock the door. Okay. Well, in our neighborhood, in our vicinity, there's a few home daycares, which drive me insane, by the way. Yeah, get ready, Laura. Get ready, Sarah. Here we go. And this actually was harder on the kids than it was on me. But anyway, so we have these daycares, home daycares in the area. And so there's people coming and going up and down these roads, roads around here. And that drives me crazy, because if they can't get a close parking spot, they might park in front of our house to go, down there and over here and whatever. And that's annoying. And also the extra traffic is annoying, but what are you going to do? I don't want to live in a place that has an HOA. So, this is stuff you got to put up with. And people got to make a living. They got to make a living. So I understand that. And, I took Mariah and, all the kids to home daycares when I was finishing my degree. I took Mariah to an in-home preschool when she was doing preschool. So I can't complain too much, okay? That would just be kind of hypocritical and silly. But we had something today. So we're sitting there. I'm doing my stock market stuff. It's all going really well. It's very intense. I'm like, we're doing this. One of the kids is on the computer. One's doing Lego. Olivia's sitting on the floor. I don't remember what she was doing, but she was doing whatever she was doing. And James, he usually comes home at a certain time every day or after. He very rarely comes home before a certain time every day, unless something goes crazy at work or I don't know, whatever. So all of a sudden, we're just sitting there doing what we're doing, and the front door opened. And all of us were in the house. And so my very first thought was, oh, James must have come home early, because our front door, many of you have seen it, it has a window, a big, huge, gorgeous cut glass window. And so you can see a little bit of, so there was a man's arm. Oh, I'm starting to get, oh, it's just now hitting me. Holy Sorry. Oh my God. I didn't think it had upset me this much. Maybe because Olivia was so upset and I was focused on staying very calm and nonchalant and to be comforting to her. But it's hitting me now. So there was a muscular male arm that opened the door. And so for a split second, I thought James, but then the person said, hello? And it was not James's voice. Oh my God. And a man walked into our house. A half-dressed man. He was just wearing shorts. No shirt. Random man walked into our house. And Olivia's face went white because she... Sorry, holy shit. Because I was over on the couch and she was sitting on the floor right by the door. No, the door wasn't locked, Diane, because the kids had been coming and going. You know, and in between me and Olivia was the card table because we have the Legos out. What if? No, what ifs are no, that don't do what ifs. Julie, don't do what ifs. That does no good. No, I didn't call the police because he said, oh my God, I think I must have the wrong house. And his face was like, oh, you know, what have I done? And he was like, I am so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This must be the wrong house. I'm supposed to be at the daycare. Why would you show up at the daycare half dressed? Whatever, no judgment. It's hot. But what are you doing showing up to the daycare half dressed? Anyway, and I'm like, okay, well, it's over there, you know, there's a daycare there. And he's like, okay, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, okay, it's over there. And so he walked out and he shut the door, and one of the kids ran and locked the door because I said right away, that's why we have the doors locked during the day. I wasn't even thinking, I just said it. And then one of the kids locked the door. And then my poor Olivia was just staring into the void at me. Like she was looking at me, but she was looking right through me. And at the time, I understood she was upset, but I didn't, until now, understand why she was so upset. But it's because she was the one right there with the door opening right behind her. I was all the way over on the couch. She was the one right there. So Mariah ran and gave Olivia a hug. I went and gave Olivia a hug and just reassured her, and we talked for a minute, and we'll talk more later, especially now that I'm thinking about it so much. And then we all had a discussion about why we keep the doors locked, why I always keep the doors locked even during the day unless one of the kids is out playing or whatever, or I'm out working in the front yard. But that's why I always keep the door locked in the daytime, not living in a big city or urban center. I think the kids maybe will be a little more dedicated at keeping the door locked too. But I don't want them to be afraid either. I don't ever want my kids to live fearful. I want them to be cautious. Yes, cautious, but not fearful. Yeah. I love horror movies and scary movies. But I don't like that. especially where my babies, oh God. Anyway, but we're okay. Everything's okay. No, the daycares do not have signs. There's one. One of them has a sign. One has a sign, but the others do not, which they really should. I absolutely agree. Alfie, I'll just recap it real quick because we are at our hour. Everything is okay. Here's the nutshell version. We were all sitting. Normally, I keep my doors locked all the time, but the kids had been in and out, so the front door was not locked. There are daycares, several home daycare businesses in the area, and someone was meaning to pick up their child from a local daycare, and they must not be the one that regularly picks up that child. And it was a grown man, not wearing a shirt. He was half dressed, who walked into our front door, walked into our house while we were all just sitting there. And my Olivia was right by the door sitting there, and she got very upset and very scared. And the man was looking for the daycare and apparently thought we were the daycare for some reason. And it was terrifying. It was terrifying. It's more terrifying now than it was then, to be honest. Way more terrifying now than it was then. Yeah. And as teenage kids, I'm not sure, Claudette, I must have missed something in comments, but no, he was at least my age. I would say mid-40s. Yeah. Just walked into our house. Hi, Katrina. You're just in time. So that's what happened. But we're all fine. We're all well. And we're all going to do a much better job of keeping the doors locked, even in the daytime, unless we happen to be outside. Valuable lesson, my friends. Valuable lesson. Thank you for all the love and the kindness and everyone. Yeah. But we are okay. But I am going to readdress it with the kids, the importance of keeping the doors locked. And I am going to talk it out with them a little bit more, especially where now it has hit me so hard where it didn't then. Yeah. And maybe I'll even put a sign on the door. I have like a no soliciting sign. Maybe I'll also put one that says, "This isn't the daycare." I don't know, something like that, right? I love you guys. Oh, I appreciate you. That's that. What a note to end on. I appreciate you guys. You are so wonderful. I appreciate you so much. Be safe out there. This is, if nothing else, this is a really great reminder to be aware, to be cautious, not to be fearful. Don't live fearfully, okay? But do be cautious, all right? Definitely be cautious, because you just never know. You just never know. Anyway, thank you for being wonderful. Thank you for watching, for giving us some of your time. And, well, we'll see you all very soon. Okay? Okay.